Good night.
Night.
Oh, I think those pinas coladas are coming back. Italy, Mrs. Root. The nadir of our research. Our sternest test. Instability off the leash is what we'll find. Your average Italian is totally unsocialised. His attitude being, if you'll pardon my French, Mrs. Root, up yours, Giacometti, I'm all right.
Bastardo.
Ma te ne vuoi? Vattene, vai. Testa di cazzo.
Historically ungovernable, do you see? Small warring parties stapled together in a hurry. Guelphs and Ghibellines, was it? We'll meet them later, I don't doubt. Arriva! They've still no governance as we'd recognise it, Mrs. Root. There was one MP, I've heard it said, who, in order to drum up business, posed on page 3 in the buff. Madame Ciccolina, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think she was a serious politician, Henry.
Well, none of them are, Mrs. Root. But be that as it may, we'll not want page 3 values in the Mother of Parliaments. We'll not want Tory ladies in the buff. Don't encourage the man, Mrs. Root. Italian male poses a constant threat to a respectable Englishwoman. The latest electroencephalographic tests carried out in Sweden show that the Italian male thinks of sex every 30 seconds. Happily, I shall be at your side and armed. A blow to the back of the neck with a rolled-up copy of the Telegraph, and your average Italian goes down like an ox in an abattoir. All front, you see?
Seria. Ma porca puttana, ma che te fermi a fare?
Sheer anarchy, Mrs. Root. Law and order is a concept totally unknown to your Italian. His only loyalty is to himself, and thereafter to the family. Your Italian has an unhealthy respect for family values. In some areas of Italy, mainly in the south, it's not unusual to find a family of 40 living under the same roof. Great-grandfathers, distant cousins, fat women in the kitchen, all carrying shotguns. Hence your mafia.
Mafia, Henry? I hope we don't meet them.
Unavoidable, woman. The Italian has taken his family way of doing things into organised crime, Mrs. Root. Having no respect for central government, he makes his bones over the meatballs, kisses a goat's private parts, and then shoots the man next door. We'll not want that in Isha.
We certainly won't, Henry.
Ah, Bologna. This could be appertaining, Mrs. Root. Another paradox of Italy. Highlights the madness, do you see? A communist stronghold here in the affluent north. Not yards from where Ferraris are made, a Bolshevik Embraces presides over the town hall. We're dropping on the communist mayor, catch him with his goats.
Oh, I hope we'll have time to do some shopping, Henry. The shops here are so wonderful.
A mirage, Mrs. Root. Triumph of style over content, mere window dressing. Fashion and frivolity papering over a moral vacuum. Italy is a rose garden built on a cesspit. Anyway, we haven't got time to enjoy ourselves. We're here to work. We'll catch the mayor in his office. Our last chance to see a type like him. Dinosaurus, blue whale, deprived of his political plankton, beached on the tide of history. A fish out of water.
A whale isn't a fish, Henry.
Right, a red herring then, if you prefer. My point holds, nevertheless.
No, non credo. Veramente? Va bene, allora d'accordo così.
Henry Root,
Allora
Wetfish.
domani...
This is the lady wife.
Va bene così.
Quick audience with the mayor, if you'd be so good.
Henry Root? Wetfish?
Yes, travelling Europe for the BBC. Planning a festival of European culture.
Wait for a moment, please.
He'll be a grizzly crop-haired peasant, you mark my
Mr.
words.
Andrews.
Hands like hams, opinions as outdated as his trousers. We'd better dress down so as not to embarrass him.
La minima idea di che cosa
Oh,
vuole.
no, you'll be all right. I'll remove my hat.
Va bene, ti aspetto. Ok. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can see you because it's very, very busy.
We're all busy, my good lady. We hope to be out of Italy by the day after tomorrow. So if you'd be good enough to tell his lordship to put off milking the goats till later, I'd be very much obliged.
Mr. Root,
Yes.
please follow me.
Oh, certainly. Mrs. Root?
Yes. Sono il signor Root.
If he's a communist, I'd hate to see their conservatives.
Signor Root,
How do you do? Lady wife.
How do you do?
dovete scusarmi, ma non ho molto tempo a disposizione. C'è una cerimonia. In che cosa posso esservi utili, esattamente?
He's sorry, but he has only a few minutes for you. A ceremony is waiting for him.
Obliged, your worship. Fact is, I haven't got much time myself. Just passing through on the way to Rome. Hope to be out of Italy by the end of the week. I expected to find you packing. Mementos in a tea chest, golden handshake, carriage clock for, what, 20 years' service?
Packing?
Well, I mean, for people like you, the party's over, isn't it? I mean, thanks to our Mrs. Thatcher, the map of Europe has changed radically over the last 2 years. The tide of history has left people like you, communists, Marxists, Trots, whatever, up the creek without a paddle.
Signor Root, non l'hanno ben informata. Prima di tutto io non sono marxista. Poi il Partito Comunista Italiano non ha mai seguito il modello sovietico.
Mr. Root, he thinks you've been misinformed. First of all, he isn't Marxist, and then the Italian Communist Party has never followed the Russian model.
Vede, signor Root, per certe cose lei potrebbe anche pensare che il Partito Comunista Italiano è alla destra del Partito Laburista inglese.
In some respects, you can say that they are to the right of your Labour Party.
A recruit for the Liberal Democrats in Italy, Mrs. Root. We come all this way, and what do we find? Shirley Williams.
Signor Root, ma la cerimonia attende, io devo andare, non posso farli aspettare ancora.
He's so sorry, but he has to go. They are waiting for him.
Oh, that's all right, your worship. We'll tag along. We've got an hour to
Right.
kill. You bring a video, Mrs. Root. There'll be photo opportunities here. After you, my dear.
Do lettura degli articoli del Codice Civile relativi ai diritti e ai doveri dei coniugi tra loro e verso i figli. Articolo 143. Con il matrimonio, il marito e la moglie acquistano gli stessi diritti e assumono i medesimi doveri.
Far too charming.
Dal matrimonio deriva
We'll
l'obbligo
not want that sort of thing coming up the Channel Tunnel.
all'assistenza morale.
It's hard to imagine anyone as attractive as him in British politics.
You are saying he's tantamount to blasphemy, woman.
Entrambi i coniugi.
He's as slippery as an eel. A dandy. An afternoon man. You'd hire him out of the pally for old women to dance with. Now, with your squat, old-time Bolshevik, wearing a suit stitched out of industrial sacking, you knew where you stood.
Il nome della legge dichiara
Wonder where he gets his shoes.
e Francesca Adamo uniti in matrimonio.
Ooh, Florence! Well, they've got ever so much art there, Henry. Let's stop.
Art, Mrs. Root. Nothing wrong with it in its place, which is the vault of a bank, standing security against your Glaxo shares.
Well, I think it would be wonderful to live among so much beauty.
Bad for the character. Look at your Italian, bruised by culture, by an excess of history at every turn. Expose an Englishman to it and his brain rots. Keats, was it? Ode to an Urn, Spanish Steps, Beauty is Truth and so forth. Drowned in the Hellespont, I'm not surprised. Anyway, we get enough of that in Rome. The Appian Way, Parthian shot, the Pyrrhic victory. We'll get enveloped if we don't watch out. The Eternal City, Mrs. Root. This won't take long. It's a good place to sit down. Take the weight off the feet.
It's all so beautiful, Henry. I really think I could live here.
Do what, woman?
Well, I mean, I'd really like to stay for a bit. There's so much I'd like to see. Couldn't we keep walking?
No, we'll not walk, Mrs. Root. If you want art, we'll do it from a charabanc. Do a tour. Art from the back of a bus. Ugh.
Here we are, signore. 2 ancient Rome Express tickets.
I'm obliged. 2 hours, eh? Well, if you're sure there's nothing shorter. Oh, do you have a brochure on the Mafia? That didn't go down too well, did it?
Here in Italy, signore, the mafia is hardly a laughing matter.
I think you misunderstand me, young man. I am a serious investigator covering the whole of Italy for the BBC.
The BBC, signore?
That's what I said, young man. Personally briefed by Duke Hussey.
I apologize, signore. But mafia is a sensitive subject now. You never know who we are talking to. Many people are under their control.
Well, who could I talk to? Who can be trusted?
There is one man at the moment. His man is Leoluca Orlando. You have heard about the spring of Palermo, I suppose.
Agua Minerale, is it?
Oh, please, signore. It was the time of the Mexi trials. Orlando made many, many enemies. And many people want him quiet. You could telephone to his political headquarters, if you want, but they are not very trusting. And I doubt if you'll be like him.
I think they'll deal with me, young man.
I wish you luck, signore.
Thank you.
Is there anything else?
Yeah. Where did you get your suit?
My suit.
Is this the queue for the ancient Rome Express?
I certainly hope so.
Oh, Americans, Mrs. Root. How long have you been here?
We arrived yesterday.
And tomorrow we're off to Venice.
Oh, I'd really like to go to Venice, Henry. They say it's ever so romantic. We could go on a gondola.
Like punting through a sewer, Mrs. Root. You don't want to bother with that. Did you know that a Doberman Pinscher dropped into the Grand Canal has a life expectancy of exactly 1.5 seconds?
I don't like the sound of that, Hiram.
Well, that's Venice for you. Sinking under the weight of its own corruption.
Well, we'll certainly strike Venice off our list, sir. Thank you for your advice.
My pleasure.
Oh, Hiram and Ethel Honeypacker. We're from Ohio.
Oh, Henry and Muriel Root from Isha.
How do you do? How do you do?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Roberto, and I'm very happy to be your guide. Rome is a wonderful city. We've got all kinds of monuments, and that's what we're going to show you today. Take a look at your right side now, and you see the ruins of the Circus Maximus. This was the largest structure ever built in the antiquity. Could have accommodated 300,000 spectators. This place was used for chariot races.
I saw that one, Hiram. Ben Hur, wasn't it? Loved him, hated her.
Loved him. That's good. You see the curve?
Don't mind me, don't mind me. Yeah, don't mind me, Roberto.
And return all the way back, completing 7 circles. You can easily imagine the excitement.
And Burt Lancaster, wasn't it? Or was it the stiff one with a head? Charlton Hesketh.
Heston.
And him.
I prefer Kirk Douglas myself. I've always liked Kirk Douglas.
I have him. I know who you mean. Spartacus. You know, Kirk Douglas is only 4'9", and when he played those scenes in Spartacus with Gene Simmons, he had to stand on teachers.
No. Really?
Yes.
Gene Simmons, now she was wonderful. Whatever happened to Gene Simmons, I wonder?
Well, I've always liked Glenn Ford. I never miss a Glenn Ford picture.
You surprise me, frankly. I have never been able to see the point of Glenn Ford, neither here nor there, if you get my drift. Yet, mind you, he was a real-life war hero. Perhaps that's the point. Follow me, men, up a hill, blown to bits. Red badge of courage.
No, I think that was Audie Murphy.
The little English dancer. Married Mel Ferrer, I rather think.
In front of you, you can see now the Colosseum. This is the real coat of arms of Rome. Colosseum is a nickname. The real name will be Flavian Amphitheater.
I've heard it said that bus conductors in Naples get a bonus every month if they refrain from hitting the passenger. No manners, you see. A 40 cents of etiquette. Hence the, Huh? I'll not say the word in front of Roberto. My lips are sealed, all that.
Love story?
No, don't be silly, Ethel. That's Love Story.
Now I like Love Story.
Some of them have...
Oh, it's Dr. Zhivago.
I got it! The Godfather. Mr. Root's talking about the Mafia.
Precisely, Ira. They're all in it. I read last year in Naples Central Criminal Court, 27 men faced charges of extortion, murder, assault, arson, bombing and slander. The 27 defendants were 9 monks, 7 schoolmasters, 5 doctors, 3 policemen and the mayor. They were all acquitted. The chief prosecutor lodged an appeal, but before it could be heard, he was arrested for running a brothel. Absolutely shocking business. Nice young man, nice suit, kisses mama goodbye in the morning, goes out and shoots 3 men in a barber shop. Then goes back to mama and the meatballs. I mean, I ask... Oh, pardon. Oh, sorry. Excuse me, Ethel. Can I stuff for lunch?
This is a Trevi fountain. At the center of it, you see Neptune standing on a shell. This is the most beautiful Baroque fountain in the world. It was made in the year 1735 by Nicola Salvi. Tradition says that if you want to return to Rome, you have to drop a coin in the basin.
We'll not bother with that, thank you very much. You keep your money in your pockets, that's my advice. La Dolce Vita, was it? The big Swede in the fountain on all fours in her dinner dress. You remember Ethel?
Anita Ekberg.
That's the one. I wonder what became of her. Done much shopping, Ethel? They've got very nice shops.
There are actually 2 more traditions to know about. If you drop 2 coins, you get married. With 3, you get divorced.
Mrs. Root?
Mr. Root, would you mind if I went shopping with you? My friend Bubba back in Alabama would just love to have time.
No. You come with me and I'll show you where I got it.
Mr. Root, real pleasure. You ever get to Pittsburgh?
Does anyone have any question?
Oh, just one, Roberto. What time the shop shut?
7:30.
7:30? We've got plenty of time. So who's going to come with us? And who's... Oh, Roberto?
Yes.
Where did you get your handbag?
My handbag?
Yes, of course. Yes, I understand that. Yes, I got that. No, I've committed it to memory. Yes, I'll be there. Arrivederci. Quick, Mrs. Root. A memoir.
All right, Henry. I'll go over there so I can get the background in.
Quickly. Confidential audiovisual aid memoir, Rome, for my ears only. I have arranged a secret rendezvous between myself and the little Sicilian politician Leoluca Orlando, erstwhile mayor of Palermo and vanguard of the anti-mafia hunt. I depart immediately under plain cover. The venue, Holiday Hotel Chili Chow, must remain secret. If If anything happens to me, this tape must be destroyed. Over and out. Mrs. Root. Spot of lunch, Mrs. Root.
Oh, that would be nice, Henry. Do you think they're closed to the public, Henry?
Very possibly, Mrs. Root. But we can't leave now. We don't want to draw attention to ourselves.
Well, if we don't draw attention to ourselves, how are we going to get anything to eat?
All in good time, Mrs. Root. It's a board meeting, you see. The whole family. The fat man embraces, he'll be the Don. Yet we'll not ask him for the menu. They'll be the Capa di Tutti. She'll be Mama. Watch out for the meatballs. Careful, Mrs. Root. Ah, too late. They've spotted us. Look what you've done now. Don't mention cement. Oh, God, the Don himself wants a word. Act natural. Oops.
Buongiorno.
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 Che cosa gradite? Mangia. Mangia.
Yeah, point taken, Don. I have you. Omerta, the canary that sang. Not as good as a wink.
Cosa vuole? Carne, vitello, spezzettini, pasta, lasagna, spaghetti?
Do a pasta e vino, per favore.
Certo. Pasta, vino.
Sì.
Grazie.
Grazie, signor.
Well done, woman. He's got me down for an idiot. All part of my plan. This looks like trouble. If he kisses him, he's a dead duck. Full on the lips, tongue down the throat like a dino rod, and he's had it. Into the freezer, upside down on a meat hook. One word out of place, and we'd be head first into a bollard. We'd be feeding the fishes wearing a cement waistcoat.
Oh, surely not, Henry. They seem ever so nice.
God, we're compromised. They're trying to involve us. Act natural. Look as if you're enjoying yourself. No.
Speak Italian?
A little bit.
Alle sposate, lunga vita! Lunga vita! Bravo!
invigorating, Henry's.
You're lucky to be alive, Mrs. Root. We'll not push our luck. We'll move off now.
Oh, no, non posso accettare. No, non posso ospiti oggi. Oggi festa.
Thank you very much. Come on, Mrs. Root. Well, I don't normally blow my bags, Mrs. Root, but I handled that very well, I think. If they'd suspected my links with Orlando. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Mafioso americano.
Henry Root to see Signor Orlando.
Sorry?
Henry Root to see Signor Orlando.
Mr. Orlando.
Signor Root?
Yes, see.
Your passport, please.
Va bene. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Luke Orlando. Nice to meet you.
Oh, good of you to see me. Henry Root. Man of action like yourself. Peas in a pod, in fact.
Is that so? Well, what can I tell you first?
Investigating all aspects of Italy for the BBC. Can't avoid mentioning the mafia. You've got it under control, have you? I mean, with barriers coming down and frontiers opening up, might not men of respect be carrying their violin cases hither and thither throughout the community? We don't want godfathers in British high streets.
I don't think you need to worry, Mr. Roots. Nothing will change.
Oh, I'm very relieved to hear you say that. I'm sure the mafia will get short shrift outside Italy. Anyway, if you ever need a safe house in Isha, mine will be available. Myself standing shotgun on the porch and Mrs. Root stirring the meatballs in the kitchen.
You are stupid. You are a stupid man who says stupid things. Because this situation will not change. Because the mafia will not come in Europe. Because the mafia is already in Europe. The mafia is already in your country.
Well, you'll excuse me, Mr. Orlando, if I tell you what you say with a pinch of salt. You see, I have one advantage over you. I live in England. I think I will be aware if olive-skinned young men were lounging about Isha High Street with their violin cases at the ready.
It is not a game. It is not a game, a stupid man. It is not a game, and you are a stupid man, and your ignorance is our enemy. You are a danger for people fighting against the mafia. You are a danger for your country. You are a danger for England. Andate via, per favore. Andate via. I don't need bodyguards. Because they cannot defend me from you. They cannot defend me from your stupidity. I have nothing to tell you. I wasted my time, Mr. Roots.
Oh. In that case, I'll go. Thank you very much. Let me out, please.
Fatelo uscire.
Henry, you all right? Was it interesting?
So-so.
What was he like?
Very rude, actually. He won't get far with that attitude. Rather wish I hadn't seen him. I probably know too much now. Could be a target myself. Having a shave in a barber's shop, man comes through the door with a machine gun and I go down in a blaze of bullets. Stupid man. Oh, it's a nice top coat. Oh, that should fix it. That should fix it. A near thing, though. I saw that leg about to go, and I leapt in the nick of time. You're lucky I was passing. Not at all. My pleasure.
You're taking your time, Henry.
Very important rendezvous this morning, Mrs. Root. Madame Ciccolina, no less. The dancing MP, ex-Page 3 girl. Meeting at her club. Chanteurs, you see. Protest songs, I dare say. You'll be all right, will you?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be working myself. I'm meeting a Euro MP's wife.
Oh, yes. Who might she be?
Marina Ripa-Damiana. She's really quite the thing. She's an expert on everything, style, fashion. And she's written 2 autobiographies giving the most intimate details of her personal life. It's the Dolce Vita, really.
Dolce Vita? Not really you, Mrs. Root. When is all this happening?
This afternoon. I'm going to meet her at a new art gallery she's opening. I'm going to enjoy that. And afterwards, she's going to show me around her fashion house.
Well, where am I going to meet up with you?
Well, I suppose you could meet us for tea. She always goes to Babington's tea rooms on the Spanish Steps. But you wouldn't be interested in the fashion house, Henry. It's not your thing, is it, fashion?
On the contrary, Mrs. Root, I like to keep my eye on what's happening. I'll meet you for tea at this, Babington's at, 4:30, say? Oh. Mr. Henry Root, see Madame Ciccolina.
Guardi, deve fare il biglietto.
No, thank you.
No, guardi, non può entrare se non fa il biglietto.
No. Private rendezvous.
No, lei deve fare il biglietto per entrare.
Private rendezvous.
Riccardo, scusa.
Riccardo, Henry Root, Wetfish. I have an appointment to see Madame Ciccolina.
I'm Cicciolina's manager.
Oh.
She's just about to make her entrance. Why don't you see her act, and after we'll introduce you.
Oh, thank you very much. Very nice. Nice sunglasses you've got there.
Oh, thank you.
Scusate. Grazie. Scusate. Grazie. Thanks so much.
A voi signori, l'eccezionale, l'unica Cicciolina!
Personal friend of mine, you see.
Work in the parliament, I
by mistake. Hardly know the woman. Fa scopare tutto est con ovest.
So, Mr. Root, did you enjoy the show?
Hello.
Come, I'll introduce you to Cicciolina.
Oh. Busy woman, I dare say, full political diary. I wouldn't want to disturb her between performances.
Please. Leona, questo è il signor Root.
Henry Root, Wetfish. My card. Oh, I expect you'd like one too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Take a seat, please.
So, Mr. Root, did you like my show?
Oh, yeah, first class, madam. I'm not a theatrical myself, more of a naval man. Seen the world. Red light up an alley, bump and grind behind a curtain. Takes quite a bit to shock me. Anyway, I expect you know what you're doing. What are you doing?
What I am doing? I am enjoying myself. It's a political gesture, Henry. I want to shock people, to make them realize there are worse things than taking off your clothes.
Worse things than taking off your clothes? I find it hard to imagine what, madam? Return of a Labour government, perhaps?
What about war, famine, pollution, cruelty? These are terrible things, Henry. These are what I am protesting against.
Well, it's all a bit out of date, isn't it? Peace through nudity? Smacks of the 60s. Do your own thing, let it all hang out. Isle of Wight, was it? The little one with a flower and a banjo up his nose, Bob Dylan?
But what was wrong with the 60s? People become free to express themselves, to reveal their emotions. That is a good thing.
Ridiculous, madam.
I think you are getting hot under your collar, Henry.
An Englishman, madam, never gets hot under anything.
What are you so afraid of? The sex drive is a beautiful gift from God. We should enjoy it. Henry?
Well, that's as may be, madam, but I'll just say this. I'll be off.
Hey, do you enjoy yourself, Henry?
Of course I do. Good heavens,
Well, you should enjoy yourself. You are an attractive man. Relax. Loosen up. Throw off your English inhibition. You think about what I said. Henry.
Oh.
What have you been up to, Henry? You're covered in lipstick.
Yeah, I dare say.
Henry? Henry, you're not with me at all, are you?
Was that woman? Sorry. In the grip of a large idea. Puzzling it out.
Here, lick this. Lick again. There, that's better.
What's wrong with enjoying yourself? That's the question. Damn tricky. Can't be right, but don't know why.
I'm sorry, Muriel, but the photographer, you know how it is.
I do.
You will be happy.
Enchanté. I hope my wife hasn't been boring you.
On the contrary, we became good friends. Haven't we, Muriel?
We certainly have.
Now, it's time to go to my fashion showroom.
Splendid.
Yes?
Let's be on our way.
It's very charming, husband. And now I showed my favorite. Look this.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised that's your favourite.
This is fantastic.
Oh, it's beautiful. With all the little bows down the back. Oh, that's lovely.
It's very amusing.
Yes, I couldn't wear that, though.
And now I show you my hat. This is my collection of hats. One.
Oh, that's lovely. That's really lovely. Did you design that?
Yes, I designed. I show this for you.
Oh, I can't wear that.
This is perfectly for you.
Oh.
Look.
Oh.
Nice.
I've got too much hair for hats.
Hey, you women carry on. I'll split.
Oh, Henry, will you be all right? We'll meet later then, shall we?
Yeah.
The collar is the same
Whatever.
of the jacket.
Catch you later.
Forward, doesn't it?
Now I show the other one for you. Beautiful.
Where?
Oh,
Look.
well, what about that smart cafe we found yesterday by the hotel?
Great, why not?
Perfectly for you.
What time?
It's fantastic.
About an hour or so.
Great. Ciao.
No, it's very nice. No.
Sorry, pardon. No. Oh. Certainly not. I'm expecting a lady.
C'è questo per due.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because,
Yes, thank you very much.
Come c'è una foto? Me la fai vedere poi? No, credo che io ho strappato anche se anche questi
Me l'hai data col pieno, te l'ho riportata col pieno. Poi se si è rotta la moto io non c'entro niente.
La moto è rotta e non mettere in
Non
dubbio
l'ho
quello che dico
sfasciata io. Devi stare attento a quello che dici. No, io non metto in dubbio niente perché io lì
Just a minute, keep it down. The lady's present.
Cosa vuole lei? Si sieda, ci lasci discutere, no? In Italia è normale. Prendi un bel caffè così ti dai un attimino una risezione.
Vuoi bere qualche cosa?
What? Yeah, a beer.
Una birra?
Una beer.
Sì.
Senta, hai visto quel signore di noi inglese che prima stava parlando? Cioè noi stavamo litigando.
Chi è? È che dà la birra.
Oh.
Chi è bene?
Yeah, grazie.
Prego.
Grazie.
Chi è, bevi?
Good heavens, woman, what kept you? I was about to leave.
Oh, I'm really very sorry, Henry, but I was enjoying myself so much I completely lost track of time. Oh, I do believe you've missed me.
Don't be so silly, woman. Come on. Women. So how was it then? The so-called Dolce Vita?
It was fun. It wasn't really me. They're not our sort of people.
I told you, didn't I?
You packed all your nice new clothes, Henry?
No, I haven't, as it happens, Mrs. Root. It wasn't really me. Not such a good idea.
Well, good night, Henry.
Good night, Muriel.